Call, oops, let me take off my hat. Call Halalim Layahal Bashim Yahushai Bashim Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the elder brothers and the whole brothers kicking the truth and sincerity in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Big blessing to the elect teaching the truth, because we're going to need it. So I looked up the word wind, and I'm just getting ready to go to this Edomites fucking work, which I'm tired of doing. I fucking hate that shit. But we gotta keep pushing. So I did a video on the wind, showing you that it's the will of the Father and the chariots of Israel, the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So this is Genesis 3 and 8, and they heard the voice of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Alahayanawa walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Alahayan amongst the trees of the garden. So a lot of Jake is hidden in philosophies, which would be the trees. There's the Nikan Tlakla, or however you say that, Mexica movement, Native American movements left and right, Aboriginal movement, the Aboriginal of Americas, which would be Tribe of Reuben. So let me look for. Alright, I got that one. Genesis 8 and 1, and Elohim, our power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, remember Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And Elohim made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. So the wind is what represents the thought or the current will, which is a willpower, because the sea has current. There's the East Australian current. There's other currents throughout the world which make up circulation of the wind. I mean, the water's in the ocean, but something has to be controlling it, you know, and that's our power. You know what? Let's get more into it. So I'm gonna get more specific. All right. Jeremiah 49 and 36, and upon Elam will I bring the four winds from the four quarters of heaven, and those four winds are to scatter, and will scatter them toward all those winds, and there shall be no nation whither the outcasts of Elam shall not come. So that happens to our enemies, and that happens to us. Okay. All right. So Daniel 8 and 8 says, therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken, and for it came up notable ones toward 4 winds of heaven. That's, Alexander and his 4 generals. Which he had more generals. They just killed each other, and Lysimachus, Cassander, Seleucid, and Ptolemy were the ones that ended up. And they were scattered to the 4 parts in those directions. All right. This is Revelation 7:1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Let's get that one. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, in their foreheads. Alright, so, and then the next one gets good. But I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna take off to work. Because even though I don't want to go to work, I have an obligation to the truth, and I need to have gas in my car so I can take the sign. And that's all really what I have this car for. So I can do the work. So I can take the sign. And really, the sign's another member of the camp. It's the one that speaks the loudest. Because Israel's going to come for the four corners of the world, for the wind, They're going to be like, what's all this? Governor? And then they're going to be, oh, well, I didn't know that. And then they're going to be interested because they'll put themselves in that position. Like, for example, in Japan, there's Japanese Mexicans. I knew this family of jiu-jitsu guys, the Quesadas, were Japanese. They were Japanese Mexican. Cool guys. It was Gilbert, and then Gilbert is the one I used to mess around with a lot. He's a good fighter. But somewhere along the line in their history, in their family history, there must have been a Japanese woman to get pregnant, or a Japanese man adopted a Mexican baby and then showed this individual the ways of Japan. So they'll be coming from all over, right? So you'll say stuff like, all these people were scattered all over the world. And then you start to understand that they're really scattered all over the 4 winds. Because they're not just going to stay where the original wind took them, right? Let's say if they went to Japan, the Israelites went to Japan, right? There's a kinds of Japanese, they call them black samurais, like Minamoto and Yasuke. There was a bunch of them. And they all could have had the same name. It could have been the same legend being told time and again. But the spirit took them to Japan, and they lived there for a minute, doing what the wind there does. And then they were like, you know what? 1900s came around. Let's go to America. So they went to America. And then 1920s came, and they got sent back to Japan. But this time, while in America, Sasuke thought little Debbie, that cracker, was cute, and he poked his little wiener in there and made some different looking Japanese babies. Now those babies had to go back to Japan in the 1920s, and they had to come back over here, right? Well, same way a Mexican could have, Gadite or Ishkarite, could have laid eyes upon one of those Ammonite women and decided to have her for a wife. And then those Ishkarite kids look different, but they're still Ishkar. And then they came back looking more Asian than Ishkar, but still they speak. It's about keeping those traditions alive. Now, when we were scattered, we couldn't keep the Sabbath, couldn't keep Passover, because they were deliberately taking that away from us. Like they would just take that away, right? And but they wouldn't let you practice it. But now we got the Passover, we got Day of Atonement, we got all those things that we need, that we do practice. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom and give praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash, the water.